All right, but really, what changed everything? Again, let me just redo that part. Coming like this, right? So this is all we're doing. Remember, support and resistance. It's basically repeated behaviors, right? So I saw 2 weeks. We weren't really flushing, right? Let me just delete this, show you guys, rewind it just to make it clear, and zoom in a little bit so I could also show you guys too. I'm a little bit on a time crunch now. Um, you see that candle, right? So we obviously weren't really pushing, and then when we were dropping, we came back up. Now, when we came up, you could see that we double top, wick, wick, wick. So obviously, I wanted to see it hold over here, and plus, you see these 2 wicks over here. You see these 2, 3 wicks over here, plus the wicks over there, and wicks down here. Obviously, this does show that we can hold. Just a quick generalization, but we can hold this area like that. Now, I'm not saying if you look at the price point, that's 98 points of a difference. So no, I'm not saying that's exactly a good solid trade. No. If you have a stop loss like this, that's always what scared me of trading US30 because you have massive stop losses. And you have to keep it just strict, right? Keep it strict. So for me, um, funny enough, I did want to see it basically hold over there. Um, it just seems so evident, right? So evident. My stop loss would have been no more than, honestly, it probably would have been this wick over here. What was that? 778. I mean, that says 42 points. I just don't think I would have been able to digest it, especially since while today I did trade my small count. Dude, I had $311, right? $311, and to make basically double it just from, yes, 4 trades. This trade, all these trades were good, dude. This trade, instead of $78, I manually did not trail my stop loss. So kind of fucked me up. They could have done a lot better. Instead of 78, it could have been 178. It could have been 278. I literally got it just when it was on the verge of creating new lows. But when she created new lows, oh man, she dumped another 70, 80 points. So you do the math, 70 times $3. That's the one I knew for certain we're gonna create lows. I don't know. I got trigger fingers on that when I closed my trade. I hit the X and I was like, ah. So I was just trying to. I think what I was trying to do, I was trying to, because I'm trading my phone. I was trying to change my stop loss because I have to manually click its buttons. It's not a line like some of your brokers that you can drag it on. This piece of shit, uh, trading platform. You have to enter the specific number, so you can't really trail it. That's just what sucks. That's the only thing that sucks about this trading platform, really. But $78. What was weird is that I just saw more. It is what it is. I'm happy with the profit too. Now the account's sitting at 513, small account. I mean, hey, at the end of the day, I know small account. I've been having a lot of difficulty, as anybody would and could. I'm not here to fake that. Try to be transparent. But at the end of the day, I can afford to lose this account while trying to learn how to trade US30. When US30 so far is doing me good, right? Between today and yesterday, I've had 15 trades, uh, and really, I should say 14 have hit out of 15, but this one just was I think I got in premature. I'm not gonna talk about it. I just think I got this one premature. And as soon as this one basically went over my entry for a buy, I was like, okay, let me just get out, and I immediately just closed it. And yeah, that was a winning trade if we look. Um, and I'll just talk about it a little bit later. But either way, I took my entry here, right? I wanted to see pre-market that she was gonna come here. 618, 619 AM PST. She was wicking, and then she did at one point make new lows, and then she came back up. So man, what was once $100 in profit came back to $46 in profit. I think actually that was the first one that I closed out. Oh yeah, $52. And then, luckily I trailed my stop loss. Or I put my stop loss right there. I thought it was a little bit lower, to be honest, since we're in a sell. But when she hit it, look, when she hit it, I really wanted to see what was gonna happen because if she wicked it twice, there's a really good chance she could wick it for the third time, unless if she's gonna push it down. And if she was gonna push it down, she was just gonna dump right at the market opening or right off the rip. I would have lost a trade. I mean, I would have just missed out, right? No trade. Um, but here's what happened. Let me just kind of walk you guys through it. Bear with me. She was creating she created a new high, and I was kind of looking to the left and I'm looking over here, but she was holding in this zone way too well. So I just immediately noticed, okay, look to the left, okay, well, we're still below this. Remember I told you guys I was basically my stop loss? Well, she's technically still my zone, so I was like, okay, she's wicking it. That's when I got in, and I literally got in two trades. That was two trades right there. So the second one was right off of that wick. She did come back for retest. I closed that one out manually, and then when we started dumping, that's when I jumped in the trade. Yes, you can tell it was a 26 points, a little bit late of a chase. But here's the thing, man, that trade did pan out really. That was the gold, and that was the gold and butter, the money on the table. That was a trade that I really, really should have held. But monkey see, monkey do, the last two trades kind of was playing like a little rush game for me. So I thought this one it could easily f me up, right? So still getting used to US30. I mean, this is a mistake I commonly make, so I can't say I'll be better on that. Next trade, the last trade, the fourth trade. Really, man, she dumped. Now, ideally, this was my TP right here. I just thought this could have been a great support zone, but really, she she came all the way down here, and then I try to chase it because she was like still below that wick, and I really wanted to see it come back at least right here to 45,674, right? So I got in somewhere around this body right there. It was a pretty bad chase, as you can tell from the wick of that candle to my entry, which is in white, 573. That's almost a 50-point chase. So by the time I got in, yes, I mean, as soon as I got in, it was just really unlucky. Because as soon as I got in, she just immediately was retesting support. So I was already $100, $112 in drawdown, and after that was this trade, right? So after basically these three trades, I was already 180 in profit. So 180 in current profit, but then drawdown for what was max in the red, 112. I had to make peace that, okay, how much do I want to walk away with profit to end the day? Because no matter what, if you're green on the day or blue, you don't want to end it as a red day. That's just this kind of foolish, and you're kind of just getting greedy, right? So you have to be very realistic, very much in tune with reality. That was honestly, I did make peace and come to fruition with like say $45. $50 in profit. I was like, it just sucks, man. That was such a great trading day. Nodding my head, but I can't change that because it's happening live, right? So what happened? Great. She did push up. Honestly, once she came a little bit up, I did not know she would push up like that. Once she came a little bit up, I was like, okay, dude. It was like I was in a trade for 5 minutes. I was like, I'm just closing at the moment she comes up. She's got to bounce, but I just kind of was scared that if we make this resistance right here, I don't know. It just for me, it was a strong gut feeling that we could hold resistance somewhere right here, right between 612 616 to 626. That was a really strong resistance zone in my head at the brutal time, mostly because this candle right there, this candle right there, and these candles, right? So sure enough, that's just the trade recap. Any questions? Sorry that took a little bit longer. Any questions? This is for you guys. Be honest. What could I do better? Give me some criticism here. I don't want to say names since now I'm recording, but what? Ash left. How did your job go? It was pretty good. Not as good as yesterday, obviously. Just took those four trades. I tried to mirror the same trades on um, both my trade and my work account. Obviously, my work account is significantly bigger with a lot bigger of a lot sizing, or I should say contract positioning size. So that just seeing those numbers, it's always gonna make you sweat. It's always gonna make you sit on the edge of your chair. It's always gonna make you. I take off my shoes, my dress shoes. I take it off just because it's like I start sweating a lot. So and I need to keep my body cool no matter what. So but still, it's always good to if you follow your rules and if your rules come from pure experience and if they give you some edge of consistency, then it's bound to relieve you in the long term. I promise you that. Today was nice. Dopamine hit a little, but other than that, I like my trading thought process. I think, I think Nas this whole week. I mean, it's only Tuesday, dude. I think Monday, yesterday, today. I think the trades have just been honestly just really, really good. I think the market's been market always does well. I know we talked about this a little bit before. I don't want to talk too much on YouTube. The market does extremely well. I mean, it's fluffed, it's pumped, and it's on steroids, on adrenaline to do extremely well during hardships and when the economy is, going through some type of surge, right? In this case, where this economy is failing a lot financially. So because of the war, because of gas, I mean, just so many things on the hands here, right? So many things I probably don't even know myself. So fortunately, I missed a great setup on NQ shorts yesterday, but got my. You don't really want to switch your bias. If you switch your bias more than, let's say you form a bias and then you switch it. So if you switch your bias technically twice from your first to your second, and then if you're still not feeling confident, if you can't live with that fear, that guilt, like oh, what is she doing? Then you really just want to just call it right there, bro. Emotional trading, it never pans out. It never works out. I just wish some. Man, there's like two, three of the people that should have been honestly here, but it is what it is. Pre-market, I was looking at Nas100, but I wanted to see it come down before. Okay, well, I wasn't able to get that. I wasn't able to get my Nas thing over here. It's just crazy, right? I literally called a TP. It had this is the market opening. This green candle right there. What did scare me a bit though because I was in US30 and I was in Nas. Nas was honestly fast. That's one thing I love about Nas. Nas is straight. It's fast. It does even if you get in, it hardly ever lingers between basically profit and loss unless if your entry was shitty. But she always just moves in comparison to US30. Man, I'll show you what I had to deal with. Right, I got in. Let's just get rid of this. I got in at it was I think one of these. I think I got in that green candle or that red candle. So 618, 619 PST time zone was good in profit, and then she came back to retest it. But honestly, like since she was holding it, yes, I was like I think 6 points in drawdown just because of commissions and spreads with this broker. But when she flushed down, I was like, okay, this is good. This is good. It's just I was not. Man, some people probably got to buy here. That would have been a great buy. 664. It's 100 point. It's crazy. You can make money either way in this market. So let's say if you have a faulty strat, and I hate to even use that term. I think if you have a decent enough strat, you can make money either buying or selling. Really. So, and now she's crashing. That's great. That's great. Did not see her coming down after fluffing it that hard to the north. I would have made 1K in profits if I took another trade, but I didn't. Locked out after one trade. If it was you and you saw a great opportunity after a huge loss, I can't. Okay, GSM left. No. To answer your question, no. Just because if I already took a loss that was not really the best for my mental health, I probably would have the high